Hello, everyone. If you like what I'm doing here, please consider subscribing, liking, and commenting. It would really help the channel out quite a bit. Thank you very much.
Strange Adventure.
Sam Dalton sat in the stern sheets of his outrigger canoe and gazed out across the rippled blue waters of the lagoon. The little palm-studded island made a perfect hideout for the pearl poacher. It lay far off the steamer tracks and trading schooners called here only twice a year. Moreover, it was a tropical paradise. The natives were friendly, the women beautiful, and a great bed of pearl oysters lay here. The white man had the whole lagoon to himself, for it was a feast day on the island. Now was his chance to get away from the ever-watchful eyes of the giant pearl diver, Mahebe. He smiled as he anchored his canoe over the bed of pearl oysters. It had taken him long months of practice to be able to work the bottom at a depth of 40 feet. Mahebe had been friendly enough, though he had shown some suspicion of the white stranger who arrived on the last trading schooner. Both men knew of the vast wealth that lay upon the bottom of the lagoon. Both men wanted it. But one thing Mahebe didn't know, that the stranger could now dive well enough to explore the pearl beds for himself. All he had to do was to lower himself over the side and load his basket with shells. He could beach his canoe some distance from the village and open the shells at his leisure. When the next schooner stopped by, he would have enough pearls to pay his fare to New Zealand or some other place where he was not wanted by the police. He slipped off his canvas shoes, towed the line above the weighted basket, and lowered himself over the side. Like a plummet, he sank through the clear, sunlit water. He reached a coral ledge and halted. From here, he could look out over the floor of the lagoon. Before him, he could see a mass of large pearl oysters. He released the line and caught at a craggy outcropping of the coral ledge. He knew that he must hurry, for already he was beginning to feel the effect of the sea pressure and the lack of fresh air. He grasped an outgrowth of coral with one hand and pulled himself downward until he could just reach the nearest shell. He gave the shell a quick wrench, but it was too firmly fastened to the coral. He kicked his legs and propelled himself nearer to the patch of oysters. A sudden current swayed his body. He felt himself drawn underneath the ledge. The next instant, his right leg was caught in a vice-like grip. Then he saw what held him. A horrified glance revealed the coral-encrusted shell of a giant clam, the deadly Pahua of the South Seas. He became mad with fear. His lungs almost burst for want of air. His grip on the coral was gradually weakening, and his leg was almost numb with pain. Suddenly, he felt a rush of water at his side. A large body was moving toward him. He closed his eyes and waited for the death that would soon come. Sam Dalton awoke to the gentle rocking of a canoe being rowed across the lagoon, and heard Mahebe, the native he had tried to outwit, say almost patronizingly, "You hurt very bad. Soon you be all right. Police patrol boat come by today. I take you there now. Good doctor aboard make you well." This is Pat McGeehan saying goodbye from my writer Charles Crowder and inviting you to listen again to another tale of
Strange Adventure.